And it's so funny because you're going to have to put me back on this conversation because I'm going to go on a tangent. Surprise. So blocking for me as a director is when I sit and I picture how I like read it and I see the scene and I draw out little pictures of like where people are going to go and how the vision or how the picture will lay out. And then you tell the actors where to go and then they follow your blocking guide.
Follow. Sorry.
I
had to.
I love it.
It's like choreography for walking.
It's choreography for walking movement, and sometimes it's physicality. I think I'm really specific sometimes, overly specific.
Oh, it's interesting.
With
the
some
way people
movement.
say things.
Move and gestures.
Move, gestures, where they walk, how they walk, when they walk.
Wow.
Like even take a step. I'm like really maybe a little too anal retentive about that. And it's so funny because you're gonna have to put me back on this conversation because I'm gonna go on a tangent. Surprise. But like, so I love being directed by Reba because she gives me a lot of freedom.
She has told me this is true, but yet she does not direct that way.
But I don't direct that way.
Yeah.
And isn't that bizarre?
Yeah. So for me, the reason I don't direct the way that Jessica is saying is because for me, I have the end picture that I want, and I hope that people will get there. And sometimes they don't, and so sometimes you have to give them a little bit more specific things. But I would rather them figure out for themselves so that it's more what they are. It's more natural to them. I've always felt that if I say, no, Jessica, I want you to move right now over there, that now you have to come up with a motivation to get there.
Whereas tell them.
So yeah, I know. And it's just a different way of directing. And I just feel like I feel like it is just more natural. It's like that organic growth as a character that we get there together. That doesn't mean there's a whole lot of people that direct the way that Jessica does.
So it sounds like personalities.
Yeah.
Like directing has a lot to do with your personality and how your creative vision comes out.
And she got the characters there. It's like the characters are great. So even though she directed a different way, she still got there.
Yeah, and some actors would rather have given that all the direction that you can give
100%.
me versus being like, oh, I don't know
Jessica,
what I'm doing.
she would rather.
I do. And isn't that
funny.
weird that I want the opposite of what I do?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Weird in a cool way.
Yeah.
So maybe some people you
Yeah.
like being directed the way that you direct, right?
Right.
That's interesting. But you like
So you do. You like that organic.
I do.
It's not the opposite.
Yeah. But I do like some things. I like to work it out together. So if you, again, like if I want you to end up on the other side of the room at a certain time, if you as a director want me that, I want to know that so that I can figure out how to get there. I just might not feel like it should come at that time. So I have to figure out how to get there.
Yeah.
I don't know, you know?
And maybe too, that's part of, I wonder if I would be able to shift it if I had longer rehearsal period.
Oh, maybe.
Because I do like, personally, I like a fast rehearsal period because I like to, sometimes and I don't know if you feel this way, but sometimes I feel like if you give people 8 weeks, they'll take 8 weeks.
Oh,
if you
100%.
give people 5 weeks, they're going to take 5 weeks.
Yep. No, I think you're right.
And for me, then I would rather push. But then I don't know if there's, then I'm like, well, maybe they won't get to where I want it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And something at times it's not until I see the scene. And then I see the scene and I'm like, no, we need to do this here. And that's gonna right.
You know, I do that a little bit too.
I totally know you do that.
Yeah. It's like once they get on stage and they start doing their stuff as a character and the other person starts doing their stuff as a character, then you can go, oh, we're missing this really great moment.
Because you've only ever seen it in your head.
I don't really tell them all the physicality
until
on the
later.
first.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of times I'll like rough block the first, and then we'll run it twice, and then we'll go home. But then the next time, then I'm gonna, nitpick.
I will tell you that as a director, the thing that I hate to do the most is block.
Me too.
So I was going to say maybe that's the reason I block like I do, but no, you don't like it either, and you don't do it. No. And I feel like those are rehearsals that you're just getting there. You're just putting your bathrobe on, and you're trying to get someplace. And it's after you've spent some time on the characterization. So it's not until you put the two of them together and then you have the next batch of rehearsals. That's when I really start to enjoy
Blocking
it.
is so important.
It is.
Oh, 100%.
But is it kind of like the bread to the sandwich where it's way more fun to put all the little makings in than actually put the bread
That's
on?
a beautiful way to say it. Bread to the sandwich.
You know, what I don't like sometimes about blocking is if I don't see what my set's going to look like. It's hard. But see,
Well, and that's hard too. Like we know what it's going to look like sometimes, but just because you know what it's going to look like doesn't mean you know what it's going to look like there.
you know, you don't know how big it is and you don't know how it's going to look and where it's going to fit. And
Right.
Until Tech Week, pretty much. Because the set's being made pretty
Right.
much up until
Right.
Tech Week.
Right.
Your tech is being set up pretty much until Tech Week.
Or after.
Or, you know.
Yeah. All right. Until next time, this is just me
And me.
And me.
talking to you from the wings.
You gotta say that part with us. But that was good. Look at you go.